In focus this week, South Africans driving too fast, the cost of a drone license too high, and the Tesla battery might be too good to be true. I'm Sarah Bassett, and this is RISKSA TV News. The National Transport Department put forward new draft regulations intended to curb road carnage in the country. The proposals in the document range from the sensible lowering of speed limits across the board to the more unusual notion of so-called random driver testing. Melissa Wenzel has more.
Proposed changes to the National Road Traffic Act, handed down from the Minister of Transport, contain suggested amendments that could make everyday motorists regret their decision to buy a car. To be fair, the 20 km/h speed limit reduction on all South African roads may be frustrating, but they do make sense in terms of safety. But the same cannot be said for the suggestion to have motorists retake their driving tests whenever they renew their license. Sipesighle Dube, spokesperson for the Western Cape MEC for Transport and Public Works, reported that the regulations have been published for public comment, and he hopes the outrage makes it to paper and is submitted as part of the public participation process. He mentions Western Cape statistics of many pedestrians who are being knocked down in 60 km/h zones, and the wide acceptance that a 60 km/h speed limit isn't safe for urban areas, particularly around schools and shopping malls.
In March, the South African Civil Aviation Authority proposed new regulation for the rapidly growing drone market. The regulation is currently still under review by the Minister of Transport, Dipu Peters. While the regulations have been widely accepted, the Commercial Unmanned Aircraft Association of Southern Africa reacted strongly to the exorbitant costs of licensing fees. Anton Pretorius has more.
The newly drafted regulation on the operation of unmanned aerial drones are due to come into effect July of this year. The South African Civil Aviation Authority put forward a number of sensible regulations prohibiting drone operators from endangering lives or infringing upon the privacy of people on the ground. The Commercial Unmanned Aircraft Association of Southern Africa has gone on record saying that it embraces the regulations put forward, except for one sizable issue.
You can basically buy it as a toy for a child. And just the fact that you actually fly that thing commercially, the same aircraft, same photographs or videos, and now the videos, FASD is of the opinion that they can charge those exorbitant fees, which will kill the industry. It's not the case worldwide, and obviously we're going to make sure that it's not the case in South Africa.
Kisa says that his organization will now focus their efforts on getting existing business owners properly licensed and airborne again as quickly as possible. Anton Pretorius, RISKSA TV News, Cape Town.
Hailed as a major breakthrough in energy storage, the newly unveiled battery from automaker Tesla is said to be potent enough to power a home during a power outage such as, well, let's see, load shedding maybe? But will the Tesla battery actually save you money? Sven Hugo investigates.
Tesla Powerwall battery. Innovative, yes, but is it affordable? Probably not. The Powerwall is set to retail at $3,000, roughly 30,000 Rand. Now, considering that the average stovetop element uses 1.5 kilowatts per hour, one fully loaded 7 kilowatt battery will provide only 4 hours of heating. Now add an extra stoveplate, oven, light and geyser and you get the point. You'll need at least 2 of these batteries to keep a household going for a few hours, let alone a day. As the technology evolves, price reductions are sure to follow, but for now you'll have to wait in line and fork out a heap of money if you want to keep the lights on during load shedding. Sven Hugo, RISKSA TV News, Cape Town.
I hand you over to Angelique Edwards with our weekly events roundup.
Our June calendar is filled with exciting events. The second annual Discovery Financial Planning Summit was held at the Santa Convention Centre this past Tuesday. The event brought together thought leaders from across the globe, including Nicholas Boothman, author and communications expert from Canada, and sales extraordinaire Peter Rosengard from the United Kingdom. Other speakers included SA's Minister of Finance. For a full report on the event, make sure you catch the next issue of RISKSA magazine. Other upcoming events to look forward to: the FIA Awards on the 4th of June, Insurance Bootcamp on the 9th, 10th and 11th of June, the IIG Midwinter Rave on the 11th of June, and the FPI Annual Convention held at Sun City on the 24th and 25th of June. Happy birthday to the following industry people celebrating this week: Caroline Troy from TransUnion, Dion Niemann from Discovery Insure, Angelina Mamone from Pinfold Insurance Brokerages. To view the full list of events, visit RISKSA.com and join the conversation online. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. We would love to hear from you. That's it for me for this week's events.
That brings us to the end of this week's RISKSA TV News. Click on the subscribe button below and don't miss out on any of the video updates. Catch you again next week.